Hey friends! In today's video, we're going to be putting on a full face of makeup and testing quite a few brand new products that I've purchased and have yet to open and try. Some products have been sent to me for future collabs, and I wanted to kind of test them and try them here first. And I want to share some other products that I've recently discovered that I'm loving that I haven't yet had a chance to share in a favorites video or much of any video yet. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, first things first, I'm going to get this hair out of the way. Yep, okay, there we go. Oh, that's gonna be distracting, right? There we go. Okay, and full disclosure, I'm gonna be drinking this smoothie throughout the video, so if that grosses you out, this color, I'm sorry, it's not as cute as a cute little coffee mug, but that's my meal for this morning. So, okay, first things first, I'm so excited to test this product. I have not opened it, I haven't tried it yet at all. It was sent to me in PR by Pixi. It's the Brightening Vitamin C Balancing Priming Oil. Now, what really interests me about this product is that it's a primer and an oil, I assume, right? I haven't even read. I should have read more about it, but I'm assuming it says it's a priming oil, so we're just gonna go with that. And I'm very interested in that idea, but then I'm also a little nervous about that idea because it seems like it could be a big mess with your foundation. I think because it is like really cold and dry and my skin's drying out, this might be, if this works great, I think I'll love it, but let's give it a try. Okay, so this is what the bottle looks like. It's actually pretty cute. I don't use a whole lot of Pixi products. I am on their PR list and they're so generous and send me the cutest PR packages. I love their eyeliners, their endless silky eyeliners. Those are ones I love. Okay, so it comes in a little dropper like this. I think I'm gonna do 4 drops. Not a whole lot, I'm gonna do 4. Okay, so this doesn't actually feel really oily at all. This doesn't feel like a face oil, something that you would use at night. Oh no, I dropped it and spilled it. Ah. Okay, it actually feels like water, honestly. It doesn't feel like oil. I'm actually really surprised. That does not feel anything like oil. I mean, I guess there's a very slight oily residue, but don't be confused. This is not like a thick, like rose oil or an oil that like a beauty oil that you're used to. Not at all. It's very thin and watery. Okay, so that's good, I guess, right? I'm gonna focus it down in the center of my face because that is where I need the most help when I'm priming. Now the foundation that I grabbed to apply today is not a new product. It is one of my favorites. It is the Dior Forever foundation. And the reason I grabbed this is because I was using this oil and I didn't want to grab a foundation that I thought might not be able to handle having an oil underneath it. This is a matte finish foundation, so my assumption was that it'll work really well with an oil. All right, we're gonna go ahead and speed through this. Okay, so I do want to chime in real quick and let you know that it does seem like this foundation is going on a little more natural looking than it normally does. And I wonder if that is from that primer oil. I haven't worn this foundation in a little while, I guess. Probably been a couple of months since I wore this foundation by itself. I have been mixing it with other like more luminous foundations. Again, just because my skin's been a little drier, but it's been a while since I wore this foundation all by itself and I love it. But this does look a little more natural than I remember it looking. Huh. Okay, well maybe there's something to that oil. Interesting. Okay, then we're gonna go and try a brand new concealer. I just bought this yesterday from Sephora. It is the Forever Skin Corrector from Dior. This is what it looks like. And it's kind of a fancy looking concealer in my opinion. I got the shade 1W. It's pretty large. Let me show you how it compares to like, do I have another concealer here? I don't have another concealer. Okay, well here, I've got this Kosas one. I'm gonna be testing this one soon, but do you see? It's just, I don't know, it just seems a little more substantial than a concealer. Maybe it's just me. All right, let's give this a try. I remember reading on the Sephora kind of display that it was described as like a long-wearing hydrating concealer. It says 24 wear carrying full coverage creamy concealer. Let's give this a try. So it has a doe foot wand applicator and the applicator is actually pretty large. I feel like I might have gotten a little more than I'm gonna need, so I'm just gonna kind of scoop off the rest and put it back in there. And we are going to, oh, that feels nice. Okay, that's light. I don't know, is it just me or is it difficult to tell complexion products at Sephora? I feel like the lighting in there is not the best because this looks much lighter than it did yesterday. Ooh, okay, let's go. I'm using the Sigma F79 brush, concealer brush. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to go exchange this for a deeper color. Darn, I hate doing that. I hate returning makeup, but Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's ignore the fact that this color is way wrong and let's just judge it on its consistency. So the consistency actually is really nice. It feels lightweight, like it's blending out pretty easily. It's not blending out like a thicker or a full coverage concealer. It's hard to tell too, I'm just being honest here. It's hard to tell coverage because it's so light. Okay, I almost feel like I just have to completely blend that out because that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Darn. Okay, all right. We're going back to Sephora and we're gonna get a deeper shade. Okay, but I do think I got pretty good coverage so far. No, it's too light. It's very hard to tell the coverage because it is so light. But the consistency is nice. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels very lightweight. Okay, sorry that was a fail, you guys. Let's go ahead and move along. We are gonna set everything with a new powder. I got the by Terry powder. This is the Hydra Care Setting Powder. I got this from Verishop. If you're not familiar with Verishop, it's an online retailer and they sell like clothing and home accessories and kitchen accessories and beauty products. It's a really great website and they have pretty fast shipping. I'm actually gonna be working with them later this month on a campaign, and what I love about I love when I work with retailers like that because you're able to just kind of shop and pick anything you want. It's not really like product focused. It's just like, hey, you know, pick kind of what you want. And this was one of the items I was really interested in. All right, so I just have it on a BK Beauty 104 brush. There we are. Hello. Okay. Okay, yes, this powder is really lovely. It's very lightweight, it feels silky, and it really does kind of smooth out texture almost immediately. That is nice. Very, very lightweight too. Okay, and I have the shade, in case you're curious, Natural. It's translucent, but it does have a slight bit of pink to it. For bronzer, we're actually gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. I purchased one, or I'm sorry, I didn't purchase this, was actually sent to me. I got this from Verishop. This was one of the products I picked. It's the Kosas bronzer, but it is way too dark. I got the shade medium and it was just like, I put this on the other day and it was like, rah. It's really beautiful though, but it's too dark. I should have ordered the lighter one. Okay, we're gonna go in with this one, and this is the shade 2 Medium by Charlotte Tilbury. I do really enjoy this bronzer. It's so silky. Her powders are so lightweight and silky. They just blend so easily. You don't have to worry about like getting harsh lines that are difficult to blend out. And you can layer them. I'm all about layering products, you guys. I know I keep saying that, but I'm all about layering nice little layers to build and get the desired payoff that you want. I was thinking the other day, you know, Michelle Wong did a review on our palette and I loved it. And one thing that she said in her introduction that I hadn't even considered or thought about before is, you know, there's kind of been this trend lately with like, you know, our True Beauty palette and Wayne Goss's palette and then Makeup by Mario's palette. They talked about like having shadows that can kind of build, you know, softly build to get more intensity. And that's really how I wanted the True Beauty palette to be. As a makeup artist, that's how I always like to apply makeup. I liked to kind of work in little layers and have versatility in getting a really soft sheer look or getting more pigment. Anyway, when she said that, I kind of thought to myself like, oh, yeah. And Wayne Goss is a makeup artist. Makeup by Mario is a makeup artist. It might be, I don't know if that's where it came from, but I thought that was interesting. Okay, moving right along to eyebrows. Now, I got this Kevyn Aucoin Precision Brow Pencil. This was also from Verishop. All of these products from Verishop, again, I got in anticipation for a future video, but I thought I would test them out here first. I actually have used this. I used this the other day and I really liked it. I don't really pick up a lot of products from Kevyn Aucoin. I don't know why. I picked up another eye palette that I'll be using in that video later. I'm not going to use it in this one. And yeah, I don't know why. Why is that? I'm not sure. If you have any favorite Kevyn Aucoin products, let us know down below. So this is a little brow pencil. It has a little spoolie on that side. And then I've been sitting here trying to pull this up, but you actually just twist it up. And that is the pencil here. It's really fine. Oh, did I tell you the name I got or the shade I got? I got Brunette. Yeah, I like this pencil. It gives good color. It's nice and it's creamy, but it's not too waxy. I feel like you can create kind of smaller hair-like strokes, but you can also create a powdered look. You know, I have microblading done on my brows, and I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but when you get real up close, you do see areas where the microblading has faded. And so in those areas, I need a pencil that is gonna give me kind of that hair-like stroke. I'm getting my brows done this weekend. Finally, they are way overdue. You know, I have been, you know, I've been going to beauty appointments and things, but the brow appointment, I was just a little, you know, it was kind of my last appointment to feel comfortable going to, just because they're like so close in your face, and, you know, with everything going on, I just was a little concerned about that, but we are gonna go on Saturday. Okay, we're gonna prime the eyes, and I'm using the Wander Beauty Smooth Sailing 360 Primer. This is not new. I've had this for a while, but it kind of got pushed back to the back of my drawer, and I've been using it lately, and I really, really like it. It's a nice, lightweight, sheer eye primer, and you can see that it's kind of real wet looking, which is good because it doesn't dry right away. It gives you time to blend it out and spread it out before you go in with your shadows. Also great for really dry lids. If you have dry lids, this would be great because it's not a real dry formula. You want to kind of blend it out to where you really don't see it. If you see any patches that are a little thicker than others, when you go in with shadow, you're going to have a hard time blending those out. So make sure that you blend it out. Okay, today we're going to be playing with the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Mine is filled with fingerprints. You guys know I love this palette. It's been a little while since I picked it up, so I thought we would pick it up. I'm wearing a gray sweater, so I wanted to do something a little more cool toned today. So let's pop in here and see what we can create. So I'm going to go in first with this shade right here called Crease. We're going to dip right in there, and we are going to put that in the crease. And I'm using the BK Beauty 202 brush. It's got a real tapered tip, so it kind of gives me a little more control to get there in the crease. So I started by applying it where I put the product on the tip. Then I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to blend it into the crease. That way, whatever's on that brush is going to kind of diffuse and make its way up. This will give you a more lifted eye look. If you just focus on getting it in the crease and going back and forth, when you're looking at someone, chances are that color is going to disappear in your crease. So you really want to just use your crease as a guide, but pull it up a little higher. Okay, so I had a little harder time kind of blending out. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Transition right here. It's very, very light. It says Transition, but gosh, it is so darn light. I'm gonna take the 201 brush, and I'm going to kind of layer that on top of right where that crease is and just work it back and forth. That's gonna just soften it a little bit and help me get that real, like, kind of soft, hazy look, which is what I want. Much better, perfect. Yay! Okay, so next we're gonna go in and build some more depth on the outer corner. We are gonna go in with the shade Outer Lid right here. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. We're gonna go in with that, and I'm gonna pick up the 202 brush again, and I'm just gonna pick up the product on the tip of the brush. Okay, so because that has shimmer, I'm gonna try and keep it on the outer corner and the lid only. I'm gonna try not to blend it upward because it's reflective. It will kind of defeat the goal of, you know, creating more dimension in the crease. It's reflective, so it's going to make something look like it's protruding and flatter. I don't want that. I want my crease to look nice and deep. So I'm just going to keep that right here and kind of work its way. I really just want that there to give a little bit of depth. Okay, next let's go in and apply our eyelid color. So I'm going to go into the palette and let's take this shade right here. It's called Center Eyelid right here on the far middle row, far right. It's like a real kind of shimmery silver pewter shade. And we're gonna put that right on the center of the lid. Actually, it looks pretty silver. It just looks like a nice mid-tone silver shade. And I'm gonna layer that on the center of the lid. You wanna try not to, when you're working with a really like light, highly reflective shadow like this, you want to try not to bring it on top of the darker shade that you had, because it's just going to kind of muddy it a little bit, which I think is what happened over here. So I'm going to go back and we are going to just deepen that up again. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to go into the very, very inner corner, and I'm going to take a small brush. I'm taking the BK Beauty 207, and I'm going to use the shade Inner Corner. We're getting real creative over here. And I'm just going to pop that, you know, right there in the inner corner. Okay, this is a real cool tone. I don't think I've done a cool tone look like this in a while. Okay, all right, and last what I wanna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this matte shade Lash line, and I'm gonna take the 202 little tiny bit on the tip, just a little bit, and I'm gonna go and just pop it right here in the outer corner. I'm not even re-dipping it. I'm just using whatever was on my brush that one time, and I'm evenly kind of distributing that across both eyes. Perfect. Okay, last thing that I'm gonna do is take my big fluffy 201 brush, and we're gonna take the shade Transition and Crease, and we're gonna mix the two together. And I'm going to kind of build on that hazy, like, halo of color. I'm gonna build on that and kind of bring it up a little higher. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, next we are digging into a new product, and I'm excited to test this one out because the lady at Sephora totally sold me on this yesterday. She sold me on the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Liquid Liner in black. She said this was her favorite black liquid liner because it was so rich, and she did show me on her hand, and it was. And she said that it stays all day. So, okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the tip of it. Let's see, what do I think? Okay, ooh, yes, okay, wow. That is very, very rich. The felt tip is very soft. It does have a nice point. By the looks of it now, it looks very, very promising. So let's go in. I'm gonna start out here. I'm not gonna talk when I do this. I'm gonna start on the outer half, just because it's a new liquid eyeliner that I haven't yet played with. I don't know if it's gonna be easy or difficult to use. So I'm gonna start out here. In case the line is too thick, I don't want it to go, I don't wanna make that mistake in the inner corner. Oh my gosh, you guys, this, wow. You barely even have to put any pressure. I mean, you can have the lightest pressure. I have such light pressure, and I'm getting that intensity. Okay, this is awesome. Yes, that is really good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and line the inner rim, and I'm using the Makeup by Mario Inner Rim Liner, and it's actually called the Brightening Pencil Light 1. So I'm just gonna line the inner rim. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and build our lower lash line, and for that I'm using a new pencil, well, it's new to me, by Fenty. You guys heard me, I've been raving about the Fly Pencil Eyeliner. I had it in black. I went and picked up 2 other shades from the Sephora sale. I picked up the shade, which shade are you? In Big Truffle, and then I picked up the shade Puppy Eyes. So I'm going to do a couple little swatches here so you guys can see. So Puppy Eyes is a beautiful, shimmery, like kind of mid-tone bronze, and then this other one is kind of more of a deep matte chocolate brown. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There you go. Very, very beautiful. This formula is really, really pigmented and very creamy. It goes on with such ease. I'm gonna use the dark brown because I think this copper is way too warm for what we have going on the eyes. So we're gonna use this, and we're going to lightly line the lower lash line. I'm going to stop at about halfway because this liner is really dark. I don't want it to look too harsh. I don't want to close my eyes up, so I'm going to just create that round look by stopping at the center, and then I'm going to go in and use shadow to smoke it out. And for this, I'm actually going to grab this little tiny rougher brush. This is the 03 brush. It's a really pointy pencil brush, and we are going to grab, let's grab the shade Smoke right here. It's this matte shade. Grab that, oh, sorry, out of frame. There we go, that would help. And I'm going to just kind of run this over it. I picked up a lot, so we're just gonna go and evenly apply it to both sides. So we're gonna skip false lashes today, and I'm going to share with you 2 new mascaras that I have been using and loving. And it's gonna be difficult for me to pick which one we're gonna use in today's video, but first we're gonna curl the lashes. Okay, so the 2 mascaras I want to share with you, and you know what? I think we're going to use this one today because I haven't used this one in a video yet. The first is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. So good, you guys. Great lengthening, thickening. It does push your lashes up and give them a lift. I want to show you the difference in the brushes of these 2 mascaras because that's probably the biggest difference to me. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Brush. So if you like those kind of like, you know, kind of rubbery wands that have the little tiny little teeth on them that really help pull and separate your lashes, give this this one and try. The other is by Kosas, and it's the Big Clean Mascara. And this was part of my Verishop haul. And this one is beautiful too. You can see the wand of this one is very different. It's like more of that thicker kind of traditional mascara one. You can see there's a little bit of a curve, so it does help lift and curl your lashes. I will say this is pretty new. I've only had it, you know, 2 weeks, and the consistency does look much thicker. So I don't know how that's going to wear over time. I don't know if this means that I'm going to, you know, this is going to need to be replaced in a month or 2 months, and this might last a little longer. I'm not sure. I did have a subscriber reach out to me when I shared this on Instagram, and she said she loves it and that she's had no issues with it getting clumpy or drying out. So that is promising. But either way, I love it. I'm going to put a little bit of lash primer. This is the Dior lash primer. This might be, well, it's definitely one of the beauty products I have been using the longest. This is so good. It's a great lash primer. It's just going to help amplify the results of the mascara, but it also is a lash conditioner. So using it daily will help kind of improve the health of your lashes. So that's good. All right, let's go in with this Kosas. I was so impressed with this, you guys. Trying mascara is fun. I can't believe I was missing out on it all this time. Okay, so I'm going to start right here at the base and wiggle it up. It gives a lot of volume, and even though the consistency looks really thick, it doesn't clump together. Like, I'm really impressed with it. I would say my natural lashes are almost at their like full potential. I do think I can still get some more length out of my lash serum over the next few weeks, but I would say the current state they're in is pretty much how my normal healthy lash state is. So I'm happy about that. Another point of difference between these two mascaras is Kosas is known for being a really clean, non-toxic line of cosmetics. They meet the Clean at Sephora standards, which are pretty strict. So that is a big difference also. So if you are someone that has sensitive eyes, you might find that this one is a better option. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It just looks like, I'm not saying that these look like the best lashes in the whole world, but for my state of eyelashes, this looks pretty darn good. Really good. And even as you build, it doesn't get clumpy. It's just gives this really pretty fanned out look. Okay, let's apply a little on the bottom. Yes, I like this. This is a good find. I'm excited about this one. Okay, for cheeks, I picked up another product by Kosas. I'm really interested in that brand. When I did my Verishop haul, I got the mascara, I got this blush, I got that bronzer, and I also got a concealer from them. Okay, so we are gonna go, and you can see that I have used this cream blush. This is the shade 8 Muse, and it's got a cream blush, and then it also has a highlight shade. And I'm gonna actually use my little tiny BK Beauty 108 brush. I am going to, this pink is really pretty. It's like a nice mid-tone cool pink. I'm gonna pop that on my cheeks. Ah, so pretty. It's like this very soft, I love that. You can build it. A good cream blush, in my opinion, is one that starts off light and then you can build it for more color. Because, you know, again, makeup is all personal preference, but I think my preference of blush has changed over the years. If you look at my earlier videos, like a couple years ago, it was just like, you knew I liked some blush. Now I still like blush, but I do like a little more of a natural kind of look. And cream blush, I find, is the easiest way to get it. Even here, I applied it too much. So all I'm gonna do is take my foundation brush that I had and kind of bounce it on top. I'm not adding any more product. I'm also gonna go into the highlight shade, and I'm actually just gonna use my finger for this, and we're gonna put that a little bit on the nose. Creams are just so easy to work with and manipulate. Okay, I just highlight the tip of my nose, not much. I usually don't highlight my nose, but I just wanted to try this product and show you guys. I like highlighters that have a creamy feel, but that aren't too thick, because real creamy highlighters can, highlighters period can magnify texture in the skin. That's why I don't like to use them too much. But I like ones that are creams because they do just kind of melt into the skin and look more natural. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips a little bit, and I'm using this pencil by bareMinerals. It's called the Marvelous Moxie Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Empowered. This is an old product. Okay. And you can see that that creates a pretty harsh line around my lips. I'm gonna take my finger and kind of soften that a bit. Not only is it gonna soften it, but it's gonna kind of bring some of that pigment into the lips. I wanted to do that rather than take that lip liner and fill it in, because that lip liner for me is a bit deeper and I don't want my lips to look too deep. Okay, so I'm gonna use a new lip product. This is also part of my VeriShop haul by the brand Lila B, which I'm pretty certain is also another clean brand at Sephora. This is their tinted lip oil, and this is the shade Remarkable. This is what it looks like. It comes in this really cute, like frosted component. It has a nice little scent. Not a strong scent. It has this really cute little doe foot applicator that kind of curves a bit. Let me show you how this looks. Okay, so this is a kind of, this reminds me of that shade Twig by MAC. It's kind of a brownie mid-tone pink. A little darker than I normally wear, but I think we can sheer it out. It was described as a lip oil, so I assumed that I could sheer it out some, but it actually has more pigment than I expected. Oh, that feels nice. Definitely feels not like a gloss. It does not feel like a gloss on the lip. It has like a similar gloss texture. It's almost kind of like a hybrid between a lipstick and a gloss, but you do feel a little bit of an oil. That's pretty. You know me, guys, I like my lighter kind of neutral or nude lips. This almost looks like a natural lip that has been, that's like, you know, got a lip plumper or some type of like mild irritant to it that just brings the blood to the surface. That's what it looks like. It looks like a natural lip color. It's beautiful. I like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this hair down, pull the camera out. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap. I'm gonna pick the top 3 products. Why do I do this? This is not 3, this is 5. I'm gonna pick the top 3 products that I tested today that really really blew me away. And the first is gonna be obvious. It's the Makeup by Mario Soul Pen Eyeliner Pen. Where did it go? Here it is. This definitely would be a top product that I tested today. I obviously need to wear it today and see how it wears, but the lady at Sephora said it wears all day, it doesn't smudge. So just by application, really, really impressed with this. Also, another product that I tested today that I loved was the By Terry Loose Powder. This is really good. By Terry is not a brand that I typically have any interest in or shop, but I like this. It's very lightweight, silky. It instantly blurred my pores and smoothed the texture of my skin out. It didn't have a like heavy matte finish, definitely mattified the skin, but in a way that looked very soft, a very soft matte, natural matte finish, I should say. Okay, so those are 2. If I had to pick one more, and I don't want to pick something I've already said I loved. I already said that I loved the Fly Pencil Liner, so I can't pick that. The mascara, I'm tempted to say the mascara, but I already say that on Instagram stories, so can I get away with picking one more? Okay, I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick the Kosas blush. I really like the way this applied on the skin. I like the color of it. It's buildable. I could get a really soft look and then I could build it up for more color. I think this particular color is beautiful. It's just a really pretty cool tone pink. Normally you guys see a lot of peachy pinks on me, but this is totally my jam too, so I like that. Okay, so those are the top 3. Those are the top 3 products from today's little try on. The primer oil, I like. It's not oily, which is nice. It's more watery. I kind of feel indifferent on this. I don't necessarily think that this was, I guess I would prefer it to be the consistency and texture that it is than something really heavy and oily, because it is going under makeup. So under makeup, I don't want something that is going to be thick and oily that I'm used to applying on my skin at night. So good job, Pixie. You definitely get an honorable mention there. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what new products you've been testing and loving. I would love to hear in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.